What's the origin of the Native American accent in English? Or like, does it even exist or is it just a stereotype? It's complicated but actually very interesting. The first thing to point out is that there's a ton of different languages indigenous to North America. And many of these aren't related at all, so if it was a simple foreign accent, you'd expect each of these communities to have their own Native American accent. However, although all of these Native American languages are very distinct from each other, the corresponding dialects of English often share a lot of features. Sometimes these are collectively called the res accent, in reference to the reservations where a lot of Native Americans live. I'll talk about those in a second, but first I wanted to say that the stereotypical Native American accent seen in like old westerns is basically just like made up. The classic monotone and broken grammar is kind of just a Hollywood invention intended to play into the noble savage stereotype. Often the actors putting on the accents wouldn't be Native Americans, and if they were, they would be asked to put on an accent different from their own. And what's funny is that some of these shared res accent features are almost the opposite of the stereotype. For instance, one of the res accent features is that speakers will often use a rising and falling pitch contour on key words in a sentence. Something kind of like a rising and falling pitch contour, which is in stark contrast to the monotonous stoic speech you hear from like Tonto in The Lone Ranger. But the real question is, why is there a Native American English accent? If there's all these distinct communities, then why do they share prosodic features and syllable timing and stuff? This is largely because despite all the diversity among Native Americans, there is a shared historical Native American experience. Whether through population displacements or boarding schools, Native American groups have regularly interacted with each other throughout US history. And in fact, the assimilation-focused boarding schools were often where a lot of Native Americans first learned English, sometimes with folks from very different Native American groups. And out of this shared experience came new dialects of English that often shared a lot of features. And nowadays, this accent is often seen as kind of a marker of community or solidarity.